For being here. How cool is this? Our first annual digital festival. So, we have some incredible people here that have given us a lot of information. I have a tendency to have a bent towards the business of our business, which is art and different forms of art. And so I'm going to be asking them a lot of questions that put us towards that, but I'm going to try to spend a lot of time paying attention to any raised hands in the audience, okay? So if I miss somebody, somebody yell out, "Hey Grace, this guy's got a question," okay? So what we're going to start with is I'm going to do a presentation. I'm going to do the first question I'm going to do is to Shane. Shane, you have been in the business how long?
Probably somewhere around 35 years.
Okay, and James, how about you?
Well, working in television for 11 years.
Greg?
Let's just say 40. Give or take.
Are you rounding up or down?
I'm actually rounding down.
Okay, and just to give you a little bit of heads up for those of you who haven't attended, Greg is representing Disney and the WGN, or what is it, the Warner?
Warner Brothers and Disney, yeah.
Warner Brothers and Disney. James is representing some Zorn and Fox. Is that right? And some other.
I have Nickelodeon, Disney, Warner Brothers, name it.
Freelance. And Shane is local, and well as he does bigger things, he's done Pachanga, etc. Do you want to say anything about what it is that you do, in case anybody cares?
What do I do? What don't I do? Most of the time, I'm what's called a production manager, which means everybody works for me. And I got to make sure the whole show has the outlook of the attendees are expecting to see a great rock concert or a great corporate event. And it all falls on me to make sure everybody else is doing their job and help them out, etc.
Okay,
that's pretty much what I do in a nutshell.
Having said that, he's a production manager, so we have that title. And now, James, how do you describe yourself?
Well, I'm about 6 feet tall.
Recently, or
mainly been doing a lot of key animation, like two-dimensional key animation digitally.
So, okay, so you consider yourself an animator?
Animator, yeah.
Okay, and Greg?
Illustrator.
Greg is an illustrator. So for those of you that don't know the difference, which I didn't until recently, is that Greg is the guy who draws the picture of Mickey Mouse. James is the guy who makes Mickey Mouse move, and Sean is the guy who says that he's doing right. So, I'm sorry, do you have a question, Jasmine?
Yes.
What is it?
What job would matter the most in digital art, television stuff?
What job matters the most in digital art and television stuff?
What job matters the most?
Wow.
Really?
All of them.
The person that signs the name on the check.
Yes.
The guy signing the check.
I was going to say it's you.
And you.
The audience.
What do you want to do?
When all else fails, it's who's watching the production. Is that right? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about the business of your business. Yeah? What do you got there, sir?
Out of curiosity, I wrote my
What do
question.
you do now?
Go to school.
Okay, you go to school for art. Are you an artist?
I'm currently attending MSJC for their digital media program. I'm in like the video production concentration.
Okay, so I'm going to put you over to Shane first. They are digital media students. What would you recommend that they need to do on their resume to get them a career in your business?
That's a hard question for me to answer because I usually tell them to do something else. Honestly, when people ask, because to get up to where I'm at is taking a long time and it's very hard to do because we're based more on events as opposed to Monday through Friday 9 to 5, and it's hard until you get established. It's very hard to keep working and make money and make a living at it. if we're talking about business, and that's what it boils down to. Trying to do that balance between paying your bills while you're learning how to do it, and then when you're starting to do it, you're still not working a lot. So you just gotta work on that balance to get connections, etc. And it's tough. If you want to do it, it's a tough business. At least in my end of it. I'm more of an end user of what these guys do.
Okay.
Okay, so James, where do you see this going? If I'm someone who wants to be involved in production?
As an artist or as
Well, because I'm kind of asking for I'm asking for myself and my girlfriend. I'm more of the video guy. She's more of the graphic design illustration person. So I'm asking for both of us.
Okay. As far as a video guy, I don't have much experience on that side. There's a lot of kids coming out of school to become production assistants. They're really good at like Microsoft Excel and tracking things. It's not the other side of the brain for me, so I don't bother. But if you want to become an artist, you gotta draw every day. You gotta have passion for it. You gotta love it. I said this yesterday in my speech. You know, even though we live in a digital world, I could train anybody to use the software, but I can't train you to have passion and love for what you do. That comes from you. But the cool thing is, living in a digital world, you can share all that passion and all that love to people who also share all the passion and love, and that's what gets you your foot in the door.
Yeah.
Because someone's going to go, wow, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Bring it in.
How about you, Greg? What do you see?
One thing I think that's really important is
Put the microphone a little closer.
A little closer. Yeah, it's important to know and discover what you want to do, but I think it's also really important to discover what you don't want to do and what you don't like to do. And put that over there and say, okay, I tried that, I don't like that, but I want to maybe do this. A personal story is, my daughter finished with a photography major at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. About a month before she graduated, I saw an ad for an Adobe Photoshop training weekend at the Lowe's Hotel in Santa Monica. And I said, you know, I think you should go down and attend that weekend. And she said, yeah, Dad, but I got school and I got my senior project. And I said, well, you know, that's school, but this is real world. And I think you should go. I'm going to sign you up. So I did. And she said, but you don't have to sign me up in the fancy hotel. I can stay. I said, no, that's part of the whole adventure. She came down. She attended the weekend. I told her the important part is going to be the mingling and the conversations that happen at the end of the day with the people that you're with. And as it turned out, she met a photographer who needed an intern, who put her to work. The following weekend, she started commuting from Cal Poly to Los Angeles. She went and talked to her instructor about her senior project, and the instructor said, senior project, you're already doing what we want you to do when you graduate. You have no senior project, you're doing it. You're an intern. So I think it's jumping in and getting outside, maybe outside the box a bit, to look for things like that. Look for opportunities that could lead to a conversation that leads to another one.
Times have gone up and down. The arts aren't like any jobs as an accountant and you immediately go off to that career. So
definitely.
An answer for me is, years ago my uncle asked me, he said, Greg, what are you going to do when you retire? And then he stopped himself. He said, wait a minute. You are retired. You do what everyone wants to do when they retire. And
exactly.
I thought, that's fine with me. It was great.
How about you, James? You're the younger participant here.
Yeah, I mean, I put myself through school working a real job for 12 years. Got into animation, I'm not looking back. There's no way.
What was your real job?
I was a clerk at Stater Brothers.
How many of us in the room here have real jobs? That do other things, okay, besides what we want to do, right? Okay, there's a number of us here in the room that want to do something else. So good for you. And what about you, Sean?
Shane.
Shane. It's an Irish name. What do you get?
Right.
Okay.
This has been my real job for so long, I couldn't do anything else.
Is this what you've done primarily?
This is what I've done since I quit doing my other real job, which was printing.
Printing,
Horrible.
okay.
But I still did, I did both at the same time, so.
I don't mind you. Does anybody have any questions for these gentlemen? I won't take up more of your time. We still have a bar open over here. Does anybody have any questions they want to ask? How about you, sir? Nolan?
Me, sir?
Yeah, you, sir. We'll start with you.
Do I stand up? Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'm only 60, I've never done this.
You're so short, I can't tell when you are standing up.
Oh!
Ah!
No, actually earlier today I called some kid out for like making fun of me for that. Yeah, I know you're not making fun of me, but yeah, I don't think you'll ever do that again.
Okay, I won't do it again.
No. I don't even remember what I was gonna say. Here, it'll come. Okay, I remember what I was gonna say. Sorry. So I was just wondering, like you guys are all in like the film business and stuff. Like I'm only 16 years old, and I really, like when I grow up, I want to be a doctor, but also I want to be a motivational speaker, and to do that, I also want to like get into or more into videography, and like the video that we shot was with a Red Dragon $60,000 camera, which really freaked me out because they handed it to me and like the left side of my body shakes, so I almost dropped it. What would be like good clubs to join for like videography?
Are you asking what would be good clubs to join, or
What's the advice?
what direction do you take is your primary question? He wants to get more involved in videography, is that right?
Well, I think that's what it's called.
You want to make a video.
Sorry?
You want to make video?
I want to make videos like inspirational or more inspirational videos, but like I don't know.
He wants to be a motivational doctor movie star.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Okay. Okay. What advice do you have?
Do it.
Just do go after what you want to do. There's a lot of groups on Facebook you can join in for almost anything. I'm on some forums that do like the kind of console I use. We have a forum, so I can go, hey, I got this problem, and somebody else will go, this is what I did about it. There's all kinds of stuff like that for just about anything you want to do.
Well, Facebook primarily would you recommend? Is there
You got to find what you're doing. If you go, hey, video clubs, and do a search and see what groups there is that something you like. There's probably a group, and most of them will let you in. Some of them are public, some of them are private. So depending on that, you can get in or not. But that's what I would do.
and what?
LinkedIn for business.
Do you have a LinkedIn profile yet, Molly? LinkedIn?
I don't think anybody knows what
It's more of a professional kind of Facebook for professionals.
We'll talk to you later about it. But it sounds like something you should do.
Heroes, just have a hero. Try to get in touch with them, figure out, have a hero and study how they got there. Heroes, I think, are really important.
Okay.